Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatyadishatarine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatyadishatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Nitai Gauranga 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 Nitai Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari Jaya Satinandana Gaura Hari Satinandana Gaura Hari Gaura 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 Hari Gaura 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 Hari Gaura 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 Hari Gaura 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 Hari Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Hari Radha Madhava Hari Radhe Radha Madhava Hari Radhe Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe Radha Govinda Radhe Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe Dara Radha Damodara Radhe Jaya Sinaji Gopal Sinaji Gopal Sinaji Gopal Jaya Sinaji Gopal Sinaji Gopal Sinaji Gopal Sinaji Gopal Jaya Sinaji Gopal Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai 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 गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भव तुमे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भव तुमे जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल बोल हरि बोल बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि
निताय गौर परमानंदे ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राचार्य स्तोत्र सदा His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada की जय ओम ISKCON founder Acharya VVT founder Acharya savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राचार्य नित्य लीला पृष्ठ भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की सतगोस्वामी प्रभु की प्रेम च हो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीना श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की वृंदावन नवदीप धाम की मधुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की द्वारका धाम की गंगामय यमुनामय की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की समवेद भक्त वृंद की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की ट्रांसडेंटल शिला प्रभुपाद बुक भूषण की श्री श्री राधा माधव हरि की श्रीनाथ जी गोपाल की गौनिताय भगवान की असम्बल वैष्णव जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर परमानंदे ऑल ग्लोरीज assembled devotees all glorious assembled devotees all glorious Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya
Namaste Narasimhaya
Prahlada Dahine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Silatankanakalaye Ito nasimha bharato nasimha Yato yato yami tato nasimha Bahe nasimha hridaye nasimha Narasimhavadim sharanam prabhadye Tava kara kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipur Tanu Bringa Keshavadvita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare नरसिम्हदेव भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, गौर प्रेमानंदी।
हरि हरि बोल।
There's no mic, other mic.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to Shri Shri Radha Madhav Hari Dham on behalf of our deities. As you can see, we've got Chandan Yatra going on right now. So we have our magnanimous Shri Shri Radha Madhav Hari with some Chandan decoration, Chandan applied to their bodies today. So I hope you appreciate it. It takes a long time to do this seva. And Mataji did Radha Madhav Hari, and we had Damodar Prabhu have Srinathji Seva, and Divyasham Prabhu and Upendra Prabhu Gaurnitai Seva, and we had Shri Govind Prabhu with Radha Govinda Seva today. So please appreciate the deity decorations today. So welcome to Shri Shri Radha Madhav Hari's Sunday Feast program today. We have His Grace Ananta Chaitanya Prabhu giving the class. We're going to be starting a new chapter today. So it's chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita. And you're going to be doing the summary of the first 8 verses. And everybody knows Ananta Chaitanya Prabhu. He loves the Shri Radhashmi Pushpabhishekam Seva, and he takes care of the Radhashmi festival with the flower dress and all. And he also gives classes on Sundays and also in the mornings for our morning sadhana program. Plus at the temple, Srimad Bhagavatam classes on Tuesdays are usually given by Ananta Chaitanya Prabhu. Recently he had his deity brought over from India, and he had a very grand festival to welcome the deities to his home. So he's very dedicated to deity worship. And I was a little bit concerned when he brought his deities, that he'll be putting less attention here, but he assured me that no, whatever seva I do here goes to my deities as well. So, and that's what Prabhupada used to always say, that the temple deities are the center, and then everything else, emanates from here. So whatever seva you do for Radha Madhav Hari also, goes to your deities at home as well. So, and Prabhu also takes part in other festival sevas and temple sevas. I will not go on anymore because I know he doesn't like me to say too much. But I'm very grateful to him for his seva and his encouragement constantly for the kirtan and the ASU programs and so forth. Thank you, Prabhu, for your seva. Hare Krishna. So we'll go ahead with the class.
Thank you. Okay. Something. Yep, almost there. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवर धारी जय जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवर धारी गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवर धारी जय जय जनवल्लभा गिरिवर यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवर धारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवर धारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनर यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी 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 जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शीला प्रभुपाद की। इस्कॉन बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य शीला प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य शीला हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की। गंगा मई यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 verses 1 to 8. So we'll do verse number 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivaswan Manave Prava Manur Ikshvakave Bravit. Translation. The personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god, Vivaswan. And Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. Purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Herein we find the history of the Bhagavad Gita traced from a remote time when it was delivered to the royal order of all planets, beginning from the sun planet. The kings of all planets are especially meant for the protection of the inhabitants, and therefore the royal order should understand the science of Bhagavad Gita in order to be able to rule the citizens and protect them from material bondage to lust. Human life is meant for cultivation of spiritual knowledge in eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the executive heads of all states and all planets are obliged to impart this lesson to the citizens by education, culture and devotion. In other words, the executive heads of all states are intended to spread the science of Krishna consciousness so that the people may take advantage of this great science and pursue a successful path, utilizing the opportunity of the human form of life. In this millennium, the sun god is known as Vivaswan, the king of the sun, which is the origin of all planets within the solar system. In the Brahma Samhita 552 it is said, Yak chakshuresha savita sakala grahanam raja samasta sura murti rashesha teja yasya naya brahmate sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Let me worship, Lord Brahma said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, Krishna, who is the original person and under whose order the sun, which is the king of all planets, is assuming immense power and heat. The sun represents the eye of the Lord and traverses its orbit in obedience to his order. The sun is the king of the planets, and the sun god at present of the name Vivaswan rules the sun planet, which is controlling all other planets by supplying heat and light. He is rotating under the order of Krishna. And Lord Krishna originally made Vivaswan his first disciple to understand the science of Bhagavad Gita. The Gita is not, therefore, a speculative treatise for the insignificant mundane scholar, but is a standard book of knowledge coming down from time immemorial. In Mahabharata, Shanti Parva 348.51 to 52, we can trace out the history of the Gita as follows. Treta yugodau cha tato vivaswan manave dado manus cha loka bhritri artham shutekshvake kave dadau ikshvakuna cha kathito Vyapya Lokan Avastita. In the beginning of the millennium known as Treta Yuga, this science of the relationship with the Supreme was delivered by Vivaswan to Manu. Manu, being the father of mankind, gave it to his son Maharaj Ikshvaku, the king of this earth planet and forefather of the Raghu dynasty in which Lord Ramachandra appeared. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita existed in human society from the time of Maharaj Ikshvaku. At the present moment, we have just passed through 5,000 years of the Kali Yuga, which lasts 432,000 years. Before this, there was Dwapar Yuga, 800,000 years. And before that, there was Treta Yuga, 1,200,000 years. Thus, some 2,005,000 years ago, Manu spoke the Bhagavad Gita to his disciple and son Maharaj Ikshvaku, the king of this planet Earth. The age of the current Manu is calculated to last some 305,300,000 years, of which 120,400,000 have passed. Accepting that before the birth of Manu, the Gita was spoken by the Lord to his disciple, the sun god Vivaswan. A rough estimate is that Gita was spoken at least 120,400,000 years ago. And in human society, it has been extant for 2 million years. It was re-spoken by the Lord again to Arjuna about 5,000 years ago. That is rough estimate of the history of the Gita. According to the Gita itself, and according to the version of the speaker, Lord Shri Krishna, it was spoken to the sun god Vivaswan because he is also a Kshatriya and is the father of all Kshatriyas who are descendants of the sun god or the Surya Vamsha Kshatriyas. Because Bhagavad Gita is as good as the Vedas, being spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this knowledge is apaurushaya, superhuman. Since the Vedic instructions are accepted as they are, without human interpretation, the Gita must therefore be accepted without mundane interpretation. The mundane wranglers may speculate on the Gita in their own ways, but that is not Bhagavad Gita as it is. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita has to be accepted as it is from the disciplic succession, and it is described herein that the Lord spoke to the sun god. The sun god spoke to his son Manu, and Manu spoke to his son Ikshvaku. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidhu sakalena mahata yogo nashta parantapa. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. Sa evayam mayatidya yoga prokta puratana bhaktosi me shakhacheti rahasyam hi etaduttamam. That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend, and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvata katham etad vijaniyam tvam ado proktavan iti. Arjuna said, the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? Shri Bhagavan uvacha bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna tani aham veda sarvani natvam veta parantapa. The personality of Godhead said, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atma mayaya. Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya dadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion. At that time I descend myself. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Om Ajnana Timirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangul langayati girim yat kipata mande Shri Guru Dinata Vancha kalpatarasya kipa sindhu vecha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Okay, everybody good? This okay ho gaya hoga to. After a long translation and purport and translations, so we can finally start. So, the famous verses, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushridam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So, over here, Krishna is mentioning that whenever there is a decline of religion and the translation is lost, who descends? The Lord Himself. Yes, the Lord Himself. So He came back 5,000 years back. Yes, and then He was reciting all of this the whole of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. The most interesting point after I was reading the translation is this. Is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as my friend, and therefore can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. So what do we understand by this? Anybody? All devotees are here, right? Arjuna is most qualified to hear. That the qualification is given, okay. But what does that qualification? Oh, Hare Krishna, you're here. Jai Jai, nice. How long? Jai Jai, nice. So we have Mataji over here. Yes, she's Trivikama Prabhu's daughter. So a great example of our youth group, So yes. So yes, sorry, distracted. Yes, anyone? Today we have less population, so anybody can say anything, it's fine. Because you are my devotee as well as my friend. What do we understand by this? What does a friend mean? Reveal the secrets. Okay. Yes. Reveal the secrets. Why? But why? For his benefit. But why does Krishna want his benefit? He
reciprocates the love that
Arjuna is expressing. Okay. But Krishna is still supremely independent. He doesn't have to reciprocate. Yes. We are chanting Hare Krishna. Jagai Madhya chanted Hare Krishna. Yes. Everybody knows Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes. The two brothers. And then Jagai Madhya tried to kill Nityanand Prabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave them love of Godhead. Aisa kaise? They did the most abominable things that today nobody can do. We can try and attempt. Even then we cannot be able to do. We think that, these attacks and those things happening in the world and in this country and that country, that's bad. That's worst. But Jagai Madhai were the worst of the worst. It requires really acceptance of Shastra, The worst of the worst. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave them love of Godhead. Were they chanting Hare Krishna their whole life? No, they were not. Supremely independent. He can do whatever he wants. So yes, we can try to reciprocate, but then he wills that we will yathama prapadyante. But why a friend? Like, still, the question still remains the same. You all know the answer, but yeah.
Someone who will be with you during good times and happy times and here.
Correct. There's one word is missing. He loves, there's affect. No, Krishna loves him. Yes, because Nikit Prabhu mentioned that Arjuna is loving Krishna. But the most important aspect is that you are my dear friend, Arjuna. So Krishna is considering whom? Arjuna as his dear friend. And then he doesn't want him to go away. Yes, and that's why he is giving this knowledge. So, when affection is there, that's why the most important aspect of bhakti is sometimes we translate it as devotion, right? Only devotion. And then the example is given, a mother and a child, you know. The mother loves the child a lot, but does she just say, I love you? Apna khane ka dekh lo, I love you. You know, go outside and eat. No. My mom, whenever, you know, you've been so old, you can do your own things, but she, like, her expression of love is to feed you, to take care of you and everything. That's the expression of love, you know. When I was asking one of my relatives when I was in India, and then my cousin was mentioning, like my elder cousin, she was saying that, hey, you should come home and take lunch with us. Simple. And I'm like, no, it's fine. You don't have to, you know. Like, she knows my rules, the rules and all, like, we don't eat onion and garlic, we are vegetarian. So she was going to do everything accordingly. But still I was saying that you don't have to. It's fine. So why was I saying that? Usually we are excited to have, you know, chalo bulawa hai, pet puja, you know. Like, you know, when we come to the temple or for Sunday feast, like, it's a feast. Yes, the expectation in our mind, Bhagavad Gita ke baad. Yes, not before. Yes. The deities and all, yeah, we'll get the darshan, but the most important is the feast. And that's why Prabhupada, what he used to do, when he's opened his 22nd Avenue matchless gift shop, matchless gift, yes, he kept a pot filled with gulab jamuns. Big pot filled with gulab jamuns. And one devotee was mentioning, you know, I was thinking that this is too hard. I need to get up, I need to do this, I need to do that chanting, karo, ye karo, wo karo. I don't want to do this anymore. It was better outside. I can be free. I can go to the bar, I can go to do this, I can be high, you know, go to the pubs and everything and be happy. That's what his thought was. But as he was going out, he saw the jar. And he's like, maybe let me try to stay one more there. Because, you know, the gulab jamuns are more important than actually going out, right? So that was the price they were paying to stay in the temple. And that's why, yes, we focus on prayer. Why? Chanting. What is that? Chanting, dancing and feasting is a program. Which other community has this program? You know? No, they don't. Everything is stolen by Krishna, stolen from ISKCON, you know. This program, that program. Actually, because we all are here, you cannot have in other communities or other places other than Vaishnavas, you cannot have any other thing because you have to study Shastra. There's only studying. There's no chanting. There's no dancing. It's only in hours. But now what is the problem? Yes, because it is the age of Kali. The attention span is so small. They cannot keep you attentive. So they have to introduce, you come and sing whatever you want to do. You come and dance whatever you want to do. Everything, you can do whatever you want to do. Just be happy. Why? They have no other way to do that. But we were the original people. Yes, Srila Prabhupada, original person who did all this. And how did I come over here? Prasadam. How did I come? Okay, before that. Friend. Uske beech mein tha. Okay, I'm distracted too much. So, yes, the most important aspect is affection. Affection. If you go to the Mayavadis, you know, this line of the Shankaracharyas, they actually, there is no love, there is no affection, there's nothing, because it's only you and there's nothing else. There's no Krishna actually over there. And many of these so-called modern gurus and everywhere, if you go and really listen to their philosophy, there's nothing actually. And that's why when Krishna says, if you don't have affection for whom? For Krishna, and Krishna doesn't have affection for you, the transcendental knowledge is not revealed. It is said revealed. It is not just by reading the book you can understand. We might think that I have read those many books and now I know what is the ultimate aim of my life. You know, when we start as devotees, the first thing is told to us is to chant Hare Krishna, correct? There's chanting, dancing and feasting. And as years go by, you see that there is so much more. You know, there's the depth of philosophy, there's the love, there's the deity dressing, there's deity worship, there's so many things, you know. But outside if you go, there's only one thing you have to study and focus and meditate. And focus on eternal peace. Not happiness. That bliss is in the peace. But do we have that program? No. Eternally we will be doing something, which is serving Krishna. Yes? We will be always running behind Krishna. Where are you? What are you doing? Let me come and serve you. That is not available out there. So that's why the Shastras, when they reveal also, the essence of the Shastra is Sarva Dharmana Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. Surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. But how can that happen? How can somebody come to that point? If you don't have affection, if you are not devoted to the Guru, to the movement, those things are not going to get revealed, yes? Those things are not going to get revealed. Why is this an important aspect? Because we think as engineers and people who are learned these days, who has a diploma, who has a degree, who has PhDs and everything, what do we think? If it does not fit in my head, it's actually bogus. मुझे नहीं समझा तो किसी को नहीं समझा भाई. You know, it is nothing. It's actually nothing. But no, it's the other way around. It's like if you don't have devotion, and even if you have the greatest of the minds, say Albert Einstein also, you won't be able to figure out what's going on in Braj. It's not possible. And that's why you need whom? What do we need in the first shloka we read? We need many things, but according to whatever we read today, the first shloka, what does it say? That Krishna gave the knowledge to the sun god. And then what do we call that? Disciplic succession. You need a bona fide sampradaya. If you don't have the sampradaya, what does a sampradaya mean? Means that it is coming from the Lord Himself. Lord Himself. Why? Let's say I don't have a sampradaya. And I'm going out there and starting this one philosophy. And I'll give that philosophy also. It's like, you know, everything is one. You don't know you are God. It's time you will understand that you are Krishna. And I am also Krishna. And we both are Krishna. So, I am going to bow down to you because you are Krishna. And you will bow down to me because I am Krishna. Everybody is God. If you know that you are God, you will be the greatest of all enjoyers. Ultimately, what does everybody want in this material world? Pleasure. Yes, enjoyment. Right? Why do people have kids? At least in the beginning. Not after, they become teenagers. Before that. Matajis, there is the desire, right? For the child. Because there is that rasa which comes with the child. Yes? 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 Everybody accepts? Or everybody just, it's my own duty. Or you don't know. Maybe you can try having children, then you'll know. But yes, why do people get married? Why do people want to go to Mill Avenue? Why do people drink? It's all and all because of one thing. Because you want pleasure. That desire for pleasure. Yes? But the thing is that if you are misled and you are into becoming let's say somebody says, this will give you the highest pleasure, drugs. Don't worry, just take it. Maja aega, And you start taking it. 1 day you're happy, 2 days you're happy, 3 days you're happy. And after a month, you are addicted. If you don't get it, yes, you'll die. It's as good as death if you don't get it. So is this good kind of pleasure? No, it's not. Is it eternal? No, it's not. But Krishna is saying over here that this philosophy is eternal. It was misinformed between something happened, and that's why I am giving it back to you, O Arjuna. So take it as it is. Yes, Prabhupada says Bhagavad Gita as it is. And that's why we will highlight how important our sampradaya is. Yes, we have all bona fide sampradayas, correct? What are the bona fide sampradayas? Shri Sampradayas, Brahma Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, and one more. Okay, Rudra Sampradaya. Yes. So 4 sampradayas. And it's given in Padma Puran that you have to be in one of those sampradayas to be actually understanding the knowledge. If you're not, then we have so many so-called gods out there. So many so-called gurus out there who say that, you are God, I am God, everybody is God. Just illusion. It's a matter of time. You practice this, you will become God. If somebody has to become God, how in the world did he become illusioned if he's God himself? It doesn't add up. These philosophies don't add up. But it sounds very nice. Why? Because you have a charismatic speaker out there. That's why Krishna is not saying that I am a charismatic speaker, that's why you listen to me. He's saying, because you have affection for me, I will reveal it to you. It's not because of charisma and anything. It has nothing to do with the externals. It is all an internal process. When all of us come in front of Radha Madhav Hari, yes, we will see something, chandan laga hai, ye laga hai, wo laga hai. But an advanced devotee, he actually sees Krishna. He feels the presence. One day I was speaking to with somebody, and then they were saying, sometimes even though you have people around you, you feel, what would be the opposite thing? Alone, lonely. Yes? If we haven't felt that, it will come soon. Everybody is going to suffer, don't worry. Dukkhalem ashashvatam. And I was talking to my friend, if I am also going to feel that one day, and you're going to feel lonely, even though you have people around you, but the sannyasi is walking alone in the forest, nobody to take shelter of. How is he happy? How is he happy? Because he's realized that Krishna is everywhere. He can actually perceive Krishna, feel Krishna's presence. When I'm over here, when I don't feel lonely, why? Because I know that you all are here. There is the difference. When you are advanced devotee, you sense the pleasure of the Lord. You see the Lord. You can actually sense Him. He's actually here. I don't have to feel alone at all. And that's why our sannyasis, the Sampradayic sannyasis, are really very strong if you see them. It's very rare that they feel that they are lonely at all. But it's a real problem today. Yes? What does the therapist tell somebody if he's lonely? Give an example. Anybody a therapist over here? A shrink? Go out or play and start talking to someone, correct? As soon as that person stops talking, then what to do? They don't have a solution. We say modern science has a solution for everything. Tell me a solution for loneliness. What is the solution they are giving? You need to know you are good. But how is that going to solve my loneliness? It's not. You can never solve these problems except for Krishna consciousness. And I was thinking that way, that if you don't have Krishna consciousness later in your life, now in your life, there will come a day when it's like you can call out for Krishna, but the thing is that because we haven't practiced enough, we don't have the attraction, we haven't developed a relationship with the Lord. Some or the other day is going to come, we won't be able to access it. And that's why we have a lot of philosophy, at the same time we do a lot of dancing also at the same time. Yes, it's both. It is very deep. Somebody was mentioning that, we should talk about philosophy and not stories. Par maja aa raha hai philosophy sun ke mera? Is it fun? Is it depressing? Yes, right? Yeah. But that's the reality. If we don't have Krishna consciousness, we will Was the full? Please complete the sentence. Oh, and what we will do after that? What are we going to feel? We are going to suffer. That's guaranteed. Guaranteed. Not to scare everyone, but if we think that we will go outside somewhere and be happy, that's the greatest illusion we have. Greatest illusion that I can be happy somewhere else. And for establishing all this and to give us all this happiness, to give us this understanding that no modern thing can actually make me feel, blissful. Our acharyas have taken so much pain. And we'll go back into history when Aurangzeb was ruling over India. And because of Aurangzeb, many of the deities of Vrindavan were shifted to Jaipur, near Jaipur. Yes, they were on the outskirts of Rajasthan, outside the kingdoms of the Rajputs. Why? Because everybody was in fear. Today we are talking about, attacks and everything. At that time, weren't the attacks were there? They were. And what were our acharyas doing? The same thing what today our acharyas are doing. Yes. Because you had asked that question, that I was also thinking, that was it not there before? It was always there. In the history of the world, when Krishna himself was present, Draupadi's children were killed in front of Krishna. Yes, everybody knows this. The 5 sons of Draupadi were killed. By whom? Ashwatthama. Was Krishna there? Was he in deity form or he was actually there? Isn't it? He's actually there. Okay, moving on. So he's actually there. You're talking to Krishna. But at the same time, Ashwatthama tries to kill whom now? Parikshit Maharaj. Where is Parikshit Maharaj? In the womb of Uttara. He goes inside the womb and protects Parikshit Maharaj from the Brahmastra. Correct? So Draupadi can say one thing. Hi, maine kya bigada? Why didn't you protect my sons? Because she knows. This is Dukhalem Ashashvatam. These things are going to come and go. But what is going to remain? My eternal relationship with the Lord. So I should accept whatever Krishna's plan is. Is it difficult to accept for all of us? Yes. Yes. Why him and not me? Maine kya bigada tha bhai? But the acharyas, when Aurangzeb was there, they were all trying to protect. The deity is Krishna. But they were running. Govind Dev ran, Madan Mohan ran, everybody ran with their associates, to take shelter of a king. But why is it important now? We'll understand. Why does the Lord do anything? Govind Dev reaches at the outskirts. They were resting over there on the outskirts of, Jaipur was not built at that time. And the current king was Jai Singh II. Okay, there was Jai Singh, then Ram Singh, and then there was Jai Singh, again one more. He was 11 years old when he took the throne. 11 years old. But he had an attraction and he was hearing from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Vrindavan. He had a lot of attraction for Radha Govind Dev. But what was he doing? He was staying in Vrindavan in a place called Jai Singh Ghera. It is still there. It's like I was watching online. There are, places where, it was a big palace. Now it's in ruins, that's another thing. But it was a big palace. This was around in 1700s. A big palace in Vrindavan. And he's every day listening to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Who is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? He's one of our biggest, he's not on the disciplic line we can see, but he's after the Goswamis. He's listening to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and his disciples. One day, Govind Dev goes in his dream and says, Hey Baba, I am the, all in all, aham sarvasya prabho mata sarvam pravardate. I own everything. And I am staying in a hut. And you know nothing. You're just a small king. And you're staying in my home, Vrindavan, in a palace. Oh, ye kya hai bhai? You can't do like this. So he just heard this and he got up. And then he talked to his associates. What can we do? So he started planning a city. Because his attraction for Govind Dev was so much. He wanted to share that love with every single of his subjects. And that's why Krishna says in the first, Prabhupada mentions in the first purport we read, this knowledge is meant for the saintly, suna kya kisi ne? Saintly what? Kings. And we'll know why now. He established a city which will be around the worship of Radha Govinda Dev. And we know what that city is today? Which city? Jaipur. Anybody has been to Jaipur? Jaipur, eh? No? Raise of hands? No? Jaipur, right? You've seen, if you go actually and see Radha Govind Dev, actually the king could build his palace in front of the temple to see directly everything, Mangalarti, Darshanarti, everything he can see when he comes on to his balcony. He was a very powerful king, a great Vaishnav, and he wanted to establish that worship all over Rajasthan, all over his kingdom. Yes? Before him, the kings were obliged to serve the Mughals. And that's why they were called as the servants of Mughals. They had this name, it was given to them that you are, our servant. But he wanted to renounce all that and say that I am Radha Govinda Sharanam. That there's one line he gives. That now I reject all these titles. I am whose servant? A king is saying, I am whose servant? Radha Govind's servant, So while he was establishing the city, his predecessors were actually serving Ram and Sita. The whole Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman. And the Sampradaya was coming from the Ramanandis. So actually the Ramanandis saw that, ki this is not good for us. Why? The center of Jaipur has become Radha Govind Dev. No problem. But hamara kya hoga? It's always a thing, right? When Gaurang Prabhu mentions this, is that when a servant is like, you're doing prasad distribution, let's say. But over here, everybody's elevated, so except for me. But then when you're serving, and suppose I am serving gulab jamuns, imagine I am serving gulab jamuns on Janmashtami. Because I love gulab jamuns. And if I can see that they are getting over, am I happy about it? Oh, so much prasad going out there. Oh my God, Radha Madhav Hari's prasad and they will become so purified. Am I thinking all that? What am I thinking? Mera kya hoga bhai? Gulab jamun's gone. What will I do? But if somebody comes and says, Prabhu, you keep 10 gulab jamuns for yourself. Keep it secured in a locker. Nobody will touch. Then do I care whether the gulab jamun is finished or not? Lo do lo bhai, or lo. So Gaurang Prabhu says, the servants usually make a plate and keep it aside, and then they're, yes, please, it's our duty to serve you, Prabhu. We are your servants. Please have more. Very easy to say all that. Yes. And so the Ramanandis, they were scared that yes, maybe this is not right, first of all, because already he started to be affiliated to them. But maybe this sampradaya itself is wrong. Today we have 650 temples all over the world. More than 650 temples all over the world, not in India. All over the world, Russia, Ukraine, everywhere. And at that time, everybody was actually only in Vrindavan. Vrindavan, Bengal, Orissa. That's it. The books which were written were for self-sadhana. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. If we actually read all of us together, it's focusing on the internal things what the devotee should do. Try to do, develop that mood so that he can progress more and more and go back home, back to Godhead. Correct? So that he can relish the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. But were any of the books written to be widely read like Prabhupada did for Back to Godhead magazine? Like he gave Back to Godhead magazine. So many books he's written, the small books and everything. Science of Self-Realization. They were not written at that time. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was commenting on Rupa Goswami's commentaries to give more understanding how devotees can go back home, back to Godhead very easily, to give more and more in-depth Srimad Bhagavatam purports. The understanding what is going on in Krishna's head, what is going on from the devotee's perspective. And all these commentaries which we have today are all from all these great acharyas' commentaries. Yes, yes. And that's why nobody actually focused on actually establishing a sampradaya directly. It was there, but only in Vrindavan. So Vrindavan के बाहर किसी को पता था क्या? No, it wasn't known at all. So then, when the Ramanandi said that no, you, the king, they lodged the complaint with the king that actually who you are serving is okay, Krishna and all, but which sampradaya are these people from? They are not worshipping Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman. They are not worshipping Lakshmi Narayan. They are not worshipping only Krishna, which the Madhvas do. Yes, Udupi Krishna, we know the temple. So where is this coming from? What philosophy is this? And you're keeping Srimati Radharani beside Krishna? Who's Srimati Radharani? Today we know, proudly we go, we are all Radharani worshippers, Radhe Radhe, and all, we all do that. It's why? It's because Srila Prabhupada. It's not from anybody in Vrindavan. It's because of Prabhupada himself. He did all that. So then they questioned that Krishna and Radha are not actually, Rukmini and Krishna we accept. Radha and Krishna, are you sure? You are the king of Jaipur. You're king of the Rajputs. What kind of an example are you giving over here? That Srimati Radharani is unmarried with Krishna. And so uska kya relation hai? Ram, Sita, perfect, right? Lakshmi Narayan, perfect. Inka kya hai? Bhai. Today also when people say, oh, did Krishna actually marry Srimati Radharani? Did she? Yes, okay. But others say no. We have a problem. Because we know the Shastric proofs now, that's why we can say all this, correct? Otherwise, how can you back up? Do you have anything other than our Shastras? No. And that's why they questioned that this sampradaya is bogus. They actually don't exist. You should not give up something. You are a king. Be responsible. You are a leader. Be responsible. And so he was getting all these questions. And he was saying that what should I do? And he was praying. Then he's like, okay, make it final. Tell Vrindavan, tell Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, we need somebody to establish these points because Gaudiya Sampradaya is getting blasphemed. They're questioning the authenticity of our Sampradaya. For you, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God, not for us. So then, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was actually very old. And he has actually taken Kshetra Sannyas. He's not going to get out of Vrindavan. He's like, I can't do this. Who can do this? Who can actually go outside now for the first time out of Vrindavan to establish our authenticity? That today we can actually practice freely. Even today people question, yes, this sampradaya is not actually valid. But this was questioned during that time, during the 1700s. 300, how many years back? 300 years back? Whatever. 300, 400 years back. So what to do? Who to send? And then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has 2 disciples. Many actually. But then the prominent ones, one of them was Baldev Vidyabhushan. Baldev Vidyabhushan actually, when he was born, he was a great scholar already from birth. And he had an attraction for Krishna. So he took initiation because he was actually born in Orissa, Remuna. If you've been to Remuna, anyone? Khirchar Gopinath temple? No, very beautiful place. So he's actually born over there nearby. I actually had gone last year to Baldev Vidyabhushan's birthplace. They have just one small, very small house, less smaller than a temple, it's so small. And that's it. Because they discovered somehow that in Balasore, Baldev Vidyabhushan was born. And why we are celebrating? I was very fascinated. Why? Because we'll hear the story after this. He took initiation in Madhva line. He went to Jagannath Puri. And over there, he met the disciples or the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And one of the followers were Radha Damodar Goswami. He was already a Madhva. But after he heard the beautiful pastimes of the Lord, after he heard the philosophy, the in-depth, the separation, the Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, he got so mesmerized that yes, I want to follow. I want to be inspired by these people, by the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he asked Radha Damodar Goswami that, I want to take initiation from you. But he said, no, you're already in a bona fide line, right? Why do you need to take initiation? You take Shiksha from here. But your initiation is already done. You're already in connection with the Lord. So then he was sent to Vrindavan, to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's place, to study under him. And then he was ready that, okay, I will go. On behalf of the whole Gaudiya Sampradaya, in the future, for the future people, for us, he actually made the journey. The first time he came to a city, is Jaipur. And then the king actually said that, these people are asking these questions, and if you cannot answer this, we have to stop the worship of Radha Govinda. We cannot keep them as the central deity of our, city. We have to go back to whatever we are doing. So then Baldev Vidyabhushan says that, then they start questioning, Ramanandi said question, that who are you, You're a Gaudiya, right? You're already without a Sampradaya. Because you have to first, it's like the problem, right? What comes first, But you are from Gaudiya, so you cannot say anything. You're already out. You cannot defend your the Sampradaya because the Sampradaya does not exist only. So then he said, you know what? I was in the Madhvas. I am in the Madhvas. So I am valid. And I have taken Shiksha from them. So this is also valid. Correct? So they were like, they did the whole thing, okay, then it's valid. Then they are like, okay, but tell us, how does it get connected to, the Lord Himself? Then if you read the Bhagavad Gita, the first few pages, you have that big disciplic succession, right? That is actually given by one of our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's followers, Kavi Karnapurna, in Gaura, what is that? Yes, this one. I always have fumbling to say that book. If you want to know the book, he knows. So over there they have given the line from Vyasa, Madhvacharya, this line, this. Lakshmipati Tirtha. From there you have Madhvendra Puri, you have Ishwara Puri, you have Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, bolo yaar. Goswamis, after the Goswamis, then there's Vishwanath Chakravarti and then you come to Jagannath Das Babaji. So he said that it's already been established. See, this is the proof. You can go and ask the Madhvas, okay, all that. You can do all those rectifications. Then they said that, okay, this is fine. What about Srimati Radharani? How can you say, Then he established even that for days. He got out of all Shastra. Like Amrindra Prabhu mentions, where is Srimati Radharani in the Vedas? There's that video. Where is she in the Vedas? Where is she in the books of the Acharyas? Srimad Bhagavatam. So he gave all those proof to prove that she is the internal potency of the Lord. She's internal potency of the Lord. Whether Parakiya or Swakiya does not matter. Because it is the pastime of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it does not matter whether it's Swakiya or Parakiya. Whether he married or not married, it does not matter. Why? Because it's the potency of the Lord, internal potency of the Lord. They're always together. So that was established. And then one thing he mentioned that, hey, we caught you at one point. You don't have Vedanta Sutra commentary. You don't have a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Now what is the Vedanta Sutra? Anybody? So you have the Shastras, correct? There's Puranas, there's Upanishad, there's the Veda, the 4 Vedas and blah 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 blah. So many things you have. Puranas and all those things you have. The whole essence of all this is in the Upanishads. 108 Upanishads. The primary 108 Upanishads. Out of those, the essence of all those, yes, is in the Vedanta Sutra. What does Vedanta Sutra mean? Veda means knowledge, Anta means end. Where knowledge ends, That's Vedanta Sutra. Giriraj Maharaj says that the translation to this is Ve means teeth, and Ve means to defeat, and Danta means the teeth. So Prabhupada translates it as, knocking the Mayavadis out of their teeth, because they don't know the actual translation of Vedanta Sutra. So that is one of the translations which Prabhupada gives. But the point is that all the acharyas, if you see Shankaracharya, he has a commentary, Sharirika Bhashya. Madhvacharya has his commentary. Ramanujacharya has his commentary. Yes, the Kumar Sampradaya have their own, the Rudra Sampradaya have their own. What is yours? All Sampradaya should have a commentary. These days, a side note, we follow each and everybody who is on YouTube. Yes? Reel dekh liya, wow, kitna bada devotee hai. He does so much chanting. He's like this, he's like that. And then he says, no, I'm from no Sampradaya. And then I'm like, aisa kaise hai? These great devotees are coming in a Sampradaya, and then this person comes and says, I'm from no Sampradaya. And then we tend to still follow. Saying that you are not from a parampara is also a parampara. I have no parampara means you are still following a parampara of no parampara. There are so many people out there doing that. And then he tells the others, you also don't follow any parampara. But he's listening to you. How is that happening out there? God knows. So we have to be very careful out there. Our acharyas have taken so much effort to establish the valid paramparas. Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, they fought like anything to establish Vaishnavism. And what do? We just go out there and listen to anybody and any random person on the street. Without any parampara. Without any background. Nothing at all. Would we even... If a doctor doesn't have a degree, and if he tells you that I am a doctor, don't worry. Will you go to him? I have cured so many people. But we still would hesitate. But with spiritual life, we are very careless. Because we will listen to any Tom, Dick and Harry. Why? Because he is... What is the qualification of today being a well-known speaker or a well-known, Baba? Any qualification you can see externally?
Followers,
But how did he get followers? Magic. Okay, mystical. Okay, mystic. Tilak and all. But then if it is Sampradaya, then it's fine. He's okay. But the people who do not follow anything, they just say that, I don't follow anything. I have not read the Vedas and everything. But, you still follow me. Where does that come? God knows. But the thing is, they have charisma. If you've seen Adolf Hitler, he had a long following, a very long following. And what did he do? Yes? Yes? So charisma is today's thing. If you are powerful in your words, using proper words, using proper sentences. So I was watching something and they're like, can you tell about, death? What does death mean? The person is saying, do you know what is life? The question was, what is death? Why are you talking about life? No, because it's word jugglery. The Mayavadis are famous for that. Word jugglery. And we are very buffoons, right? Sorry to say. We are not so intelligent, at least in spiritual knowledge. So we actually go to every single person. No validity, nothing. Usne YouTube channel खोला है, ठीक है, follow करो. That's his qualification today, right? You have YouTube channel and many followers. That's it. Nothing else. So the point is, when this question was raised that you don't have a Vedanta Sutra commentary, Baldev Vidyabhushan said that I will give you one commentary. And they said that actually to write the commentary it takes actually years. Why? It is the essence of the Shastras. It is not just one book. It is the essence of all Shastras. It should be valid. Whichever point you bring out, it should work in your formula. It should work in your commentary of Vedanta Sutra. He's like, okay, but no, I'll still write it. He's like, you have a limited time. You have to give it in 1 month or something like that. He goes to Radha Govind Dev. And he was saying, how can I do this big task? I cannot. I am not that intelligent. He is the most intelligent scholar. But he's saying, I am not that intelligent. And at that moment when he was praying to Radha Govind Dev, the garland fell. And the Pujari said, whatever you are saying, whatever you are thinking, whatever you are praying for, it will come true. Don't worry. You move ahead with your desire. He goes home, he has a dream. And Radha Govind Dev Govind Dev comes and he says, why are you worried about this? He's like, I don't know anything. He's like, don't worry. You just write. I will tell you what to write. I will tell you every single thing. You just keep on writing. And within no time, our Sampradaya, Baldev Vidyabhushan, was able to produce the Vedanta Sutra for Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. And that is not called Baldev Bhashya. What is it called? Govinda Bhashya. Why? Because it is coming from the lotus mouth of Govinda. Yes, we have Radha Govinda over here. Yes, it is coming from Govinda himself. And when they presented it, because you have to have, like PhD people, you have a thesis, right? And you defend it. So they were asking questions. Every single question was answered. They had to accept defeat, that you are a bona fide Sampradaya. And Amrinda Prabhu mentioned very beautifully that at that moment, our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya was established for eternity to come. 10,000 years, when we go out there, to any of the Smartas or Brahmanas out there, we are a valid Sampradaya. Who did that for us? Baldev Vidyabhushan. And he also wrote his commentary on Bhagavad Gita. If you read the Bhagavad Gita, the dedication, Prabhupada dedicates his book, the Bhagavad Gita, which is widespread all over the world. The dedication is given to whom? Baldev Vidyabhushan. It is written in his glories that his name will be all over the world. And Prabhupada did that. In every continent, in every town and village, we do have Bhagavad Gitas. And Baldev Vidyabhushan is everywhere. And that is the great contribution of Srila Prabhupada himself. He established the BBT, Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust. Because usually, ISKCON people are known only to do chanting. Yes? Bhajan karo ho gaya, khatam. Study, study those people. Do you know that mission and those people and all? No. If you read Bhakti Vedanta book, so many books are there. The Bhagavatam itself is such a big volume. And it is great in-depth philosophy, which establishes Radha Govinda as the supreme personality of Godhead. There is nobody greater than Radha Govinda. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself says, Aham sarvasya prabhava mata sarvam pravartate. I am the emanation of all spiritual and material worlds. This was done, this great battle was done and won by Baldev Vidyabhushan for all of us. He did not need conviction. But these acharyas were doing for whom? They're already perfect. They're already perfect. But it is for us. We can be proud of a sampradaya today. We can be proud that yes, I belong to this sampradaya, which has such great people. We can't even imagine such great people. And that's why Prabhupada wanted this, that a Bhakti Vedanta book trust. But not only knowledge. How do you apply that philosophy? How do you feel the ecstasy? How can you actually, relish the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, at every moment? And naturally, you don't need any addiction. You don't need any TV. At least for right now, this is just, whatever we are aspiring for. And I've seen that. I've seen the change in me. It's because if you keep on doing whatever Prabhupada says, somehow or the other, we can fall. There will be mistakes. But the thing is that because we have devotion to Srila Prabhupada, we have devotion to our Sampradaya. Krishna says, because you have affection for me, I am revealing to you the greatest knowledge. The knowledge will be revealed to us. It will be revealed that we will go back home, back to God, and Krishna is real. Yes, Krishna is real. The ecstasies are real. And we are going to always be happy, eternally happy in that pastimes. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay, so Prabhuji is asking any. I know it's time, but do you have any questions? No, no. Story. Yeah, okay. If you have philosophical questions, yes, definitely you can come later.
No questions? No questions? Come on. That was such a beautiful class. Maybe everybody is enchanted. Please give a big round of applause to yeah, Prabhu did a great job. I mean, these verses, the verses that he was given task to speak on, I think each of them can take a class. Even that won't be enough. They are such profound verses. But Prabhu did a wonderful job of summarizing the message by example of Sri Baldev Vidyabhushan. So, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Let's get started. First of all, the sponsors today. So, we have two sponsors. First one is Venkatesh Bobade, who's sponsoring today's feast in the memory of his loving father, Jnanoba Bobade. So is Venkatesh ji here or his family? Please come forward.
Mother's birthday. Huh? Mother's birthday.
Oh, mother's birthday? Next one is Amit and Manju Siria for Krishiv Shah. Is that correct? Krishiv Siriha. Sorry, I apologize. Amit and Manju Siriha for Krishiv. Oh, changed to 11. Okay, so we'll thank them next week. All right. So that's the sponsors. Next, as you all may know, Wednesday is Mohini Ekadashi coming up this Wednesday, May 7th, Mohini Ekadashi. So please put a reminder for that. We also have His Holiness Romapad Swami Maharaj visiting our congregation. I'm sure you have all seen the flyers. So Maharaj is going to be with us from May 6th to May 12th. And this is very auspicious time. Ekadashi is there, and then there is Narsimha Chaturdashi coming. So I feel like it's a very wonderful time, very auspicious time that Maharaj is with us. So please take advantage of several home programs, temple Srimad Bhagavatam classes, and we will also have on May 10th Narsimha Chaturdashi celebration in the temple, which will be, sorry Mataji? Yes, that starts at 5 o'clock. We'll have yajna followed by class, and then the other things, prasadam and such. And then there is a second part on Sunday feast, right Mataji? So first Narsimha Katha will be happening on Saturday, and then the second part will be as part of Sunday feast by Maharaj. So please RSVP to the hosts so that appropriate prasadam arrangements can be made. And as I said, it's a great opportunity. Maharaj is here and such auspicious festivals are coming. Then we have Vaishnava Sadachar program will continue after Maharaj's departure. So the next class will be on May 9th by our very own Sri Govinda Prabhu. So you may not want to miss that. Please mark your calendar for Friday, May 9th for Vaishnava Sadachar class. Yes, ma'am. Huh? Oh, sorry, May 16th. Mistake. May 16th actually. Yeah, May 9th Maharaj is here. Exactly. Okay, then we have summer camp starting on June 2nd to June 6th. So I see several children here. I can personally recommend from my own experience. Both my children have attended and my daughter will attend this year. This is a wonderful camp. You will not get such a summer camp anywhere else outside. Not only the kids learn so many things, they also get to make friends, and they get very nice tasty prasadam. This is one of the most unforgettable experience that can be out there. So please, all the parents who have young children, sign up for the summer camp starting on June 2nd to June 6th. Then we have, as usual, our morning sadhana program going on. We do group chanting and Srimad Bhagavatam verse reading from 5 to 6 a.m. every day. It is broadcasted on Zoom and YouTube. Then we have in temple every morning Srimad Bhagavatam class starting at 7:35 a.m. Then Vaishnavis are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita on Zoom from 4:30 to 5:15 p.m. Monday to Friday. And then the youth group meets on Zoom on Sunday 2 to 3 p.m. This is via Zoom. We also have from Monday to Thursday Srila Prabhupada book reading, currently Nectar of Devotion being read on Facebook from 7:05 to 7:35 p.m. Then we have Monday to Thursday Chaitanya Charitamrita reading on Zoom from 8:30 to 8:50 p.m. And the youth are reading Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. Bhakti Vriksha programs are on a hold right now, Mataji, correct? We have Women in Krishna Consciousness program. That happened yesterday, yeah. Okay, yeah. There is not another one. Okay. Yoga classes continue from Saturday 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. And then obviously Sunday school is going on. I think we have presentations coming up by each of the class, right? So the week after next, yeah. So that's very exciting time. Kids will present what they have learned throughout the year. And that's it, I think, Lastly, anything else? Sorry? That's it? Okay. So we'll do Prasadam prayer and form one line for blessings. And then same line for Prasadam. Seniors and kids and volunteers first, followed by others. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Kalpavanyavatam Rajan Vishwasane Vajayate Sharira Vidya Jai Jadendriya Tai Kal Jive Fere Vishay Sagre Taramate Jivati Lobhamaya Sudurmate Take Jeta Katina Samsare Krishna Bado Dayamai Kari Bara Jiva Jai Swaprasadana Dilabhai Sayana Mritapao Shri Radha Krishna Gunagao Premada Koshri Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Shri Bhagavad Mahaprasadam Ki Prabhupada.
What if everything was real?
Hansini or Divya is there? Hansini, Divya.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna ये चालू है Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare He Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Is it big or how?
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhuri Radhe Jaya Radha Govinda Radhe
Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Gurudev, 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 Jayo Jayo Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Naam Sankirtan ki.
It's